The complete truth is ultimately brought to light in the episode of Days of Our Lives that airs from June 10 to 14. Take a look at the preview and read about what turns out below. The previous week, with Lucas' assistance, Harris and Chad were able to catch up with Clyde. When Clyde asserted that Abigail was still alive, Chad, who had finally reached the point where he could exact revenge on Abigail, was tempted to blow Clyde's hide away. Harris was able to take Clyde into prison because Chad relented. Rafe approaches Clyde and says, "What do you know about Lai Shin's murder?" Rafe is adamant on rescuing his sister from the clutches of the prison system. Visiting the same time, Chad informs Julie that Clyde asserts that Abigail is still alive when they are visiting the recently renovated Horton house. Whether or not it is real, Julie is curious about whether or not she is still alive. Is that the case? Where has she been? As the Shan wedding between Maggie and Konstantin began, the plot to expose him was partially successful, but it took an unexpected turn because of certain circumstances. As soon as Konstantin realized that the game was over, he made another attempt to pawn John, but John took his rifle and held it against Konstantin instead. In the midst of Maggie's ranting at him, he delivered a bomb of truth. He was responsible for Victor's death by sabotaging his jet. Immediately following this, we are presented with what appears to be a flashback of Konstantin encouraging Victor to write a new will. Alex yells out, "You murdered my father," at the wedding ceremony that was being disrupted. While there is a back-and-forth exchange of gunfire, Theresa is taken captive by Konstantin, who is quick on his feet. Steve gets hit. Maggie appears to plummet as well, although it's possible that this is a red herring and that it's a reaction to the revelation that Konstantin made. The attempt is made by Konstantin to flee the scene. When Xander meets Konstantin, who is still holding Theresa in the park, he tells him, "You're dealing with me now," while he is holding a gun with him. Theresa is the recipient of Konstantin's hand. Talk is what Xander tells him. As Alex is also present, Konstantin chuckles and tells the hare, "Victor is not your father." Victor is confused by this statement. It is imperative that you read our spoilers for Days of Our Lives in order to locate the individual that Eric consults for legal help.